हेलो एवरीवन एंड वेलकम बैक टू द चैनल। जय श्री राम। कैसे हैं आप सभी? जस्ट गिव मी वन मोर सेकेंड। Okay, so my bad. The audio was not like the audio channel was not on for my OBS. Okay, so my bad. The So yeah, everything seems to be working pretty fine. So now we can move on to the introduction. Hello everyone, my name is Vandad Dubey and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing good. Welcome to the JavaScript Fundamentals Live 1. Last time we did JavaScript Fundamentals 1, Live 1, Live 0, but then again it was a pretty simple and just a demo kind of live stream. So that's why uh, we are not taking that one into the accord. So this is the main live for today, and the agenda for today's live is to basically, it's similar to the last live. You can basically check the description for the same as well. So in this live, what we are gonna do is first of all learn about arrays, JavaScript arrays. Then we are gonna discuss some important methods and functions related to arrays. Then we are going to study about JavaScript functions, which is also very important to learn how basically the entire JavaScript functionary works. And once that is done, we're going to move to JavaScript objects, and then we'll move into map filter reduce, and Then let me just check my notes here. Then we'll learn some miscellaneous things, and after that we can move into oops in JavaScript, which is object oriented programming in JavaScript. So basically, this is our entire structure for today. So this live might be divided into two parts. Right now it's 1:25 p.m. since I've started this live, and maybe there might be a situation where I have to get up and move out for maybe 30-40 minutes. But then immediately after like a 1 hour break, maybe we'll start the live once again, because this is our today's current target and this is what we have to achieve by today itself. So in the previous video, so just let's quickly recap of what we did in the previous videos. So let me just zoom in it. The shortcut for that is Command Shift and dot. It's very ajeeb. It's very weird to use the syntax, but then again, okay, it's okay. So basically, what the definition of array is. So basically it is just nothing. It is nothing but it is a data structure where you can store, if we talk about other languages such as Java or C programming, so it only allows homogeneous elements, homogeneous homogeneous elements. So definition of array is a data structure which allows homogeneous elements and stores them in indexed order. So basically this is what the definition of array is. So but when we talk about JavaScript arrays, so JS arrays, this homogeneous elements, you don't have to worry about that. So basically inside an array you can have strings. Okay, you can have strings, you can have integers, or let's say numbers, you can have objects. Okay, and you can have an array inside an array as well, and then permutation of combination, let's say object of array inside an array, which is also basically known as JSON, and that's how it works. And then you can have like objects inside objects, storing in terms of key value pairs, and and things similar to this. Now let's talk about how we declare an array. So basically declaring an array is pretty simple in JavaScript. Okay, I'm sorry, so let me just zoom in a little bit. I guess this is good. Right, so how to, so the very first point might arise of how basically to how to declare. So I won't let's not dive into that. So declaring an array, how you're gonna do that is so first, it's very simple. You just have to, let's say, name a variable, and name a variable let array equals to, and then simply inside this you can write 1 2 3 4 5, and that's how you create an array. Very simple. Now let's talk about how do you check if the given thing given like the given integer, or the given set of this given data structure is array. So basically the standard for checking if the given element is an array or not is like, just a second. Okay, okay. So yeah, so basically the standard of checking of anything if it is an array or not is basically checking it by using type of Okay, so basically using type of, and let's say if I say I'll give this the name of ARR. Okay, ARR. So basically what it will output, what it will output to us is nothing but let's say object. And and if we do type of object, so it will again give you the same bullshit. So this is some internal array working. So to check the array, what we do is if it is a type, it is a type of array, so we use array dot is array and then pass in the array name. And this is how we so basically this either gives you either true or it gives you false. So basically this is just like an internal, so basically it gives you the correct answer. Now let's talk about some CRUD operations in array. So CRUD is just, just move my keyboard cover. So basically I use this keyboard cover on my Mac, so just to protect it. But then again it comes with a compromise of my reduced typing speed. So yeah, CRUD is just nothing but create, read, delete, update and delete. So if you want to add an element, so let's say where is the bullet list? So basically now if you want to add an element to the add an element to last, what we do is, let's say for example we have let's take a example, let fruits, we will take an array of fruits. It has apple, it has banana, it has let's say this array contains banana banana, let's say it has kiwi. Now this is our array. Now if I want to add element to the last, what I'll do is I'll just simply write fruit, fruite, fruits fruits dot push, and I'll push, let's say mango, sorry, and the resultant array for the same would be with this as like the mango would be pushed from the last. So basically this is one of the important points of using, let me just quit hand mirror and let me clean my Mac as well so that I can use my screen brush. Yeah, perfect. So show screen brush, right? Yeah, it is working. So basically what happens is it takes this entire array and now will take this last element and will push it to the back. So this is how it works. Now let's talk about the next data structure, the next method for the same, and hide screen brush. Okay, perfect. Now let's talk about okay, so probably shouldn't have done that. And let's say perfect, add an element, right? Now let's talk about add now to delete an element from the last. So just we'll do fruit, fruits dot, So basically for this we use simply pop, and once we do that, so it will again return an array of our previous array as an output. Okay, so this will do that. So simply what it will do is, it will just take this last element which was previously present in our array. It will take this last element and it will delete it and will reduce the size of the array. Internally how it does is right now not our concern, and then it will give us this new array. I hope I'm clear. Now let's talk about so now let's talk about another option, is to add from start. So we do nothing but for UITS, I'll just write fruits dot shift. So basically we do not shift but unshift. Okay, unshift. As soon as we do unshift and then pass in, let's say, mango, as soon as we do that, we'll once again get the next array as our previous array, just given the fact that this has been added from the start. As simple as that. Now let's talk about if I wanna delete from start. So if I wanna delete from start, we will do nothing, just nothing. We will simply just write fruits dot shift, and as soon as we do that, it will once again give me the previous array. So this is what we studied about in the previous live. So this was just the very simple portion which we tried to cover in our previous live. So basically we studied about definition and how we declare it, what is an how to check the type of an array, and then simple CRUD operations in array. One more thing which we studied about was okay, one more thing is primitive versus reference type. So for so to explain you primitive versus like reference type, I'll just quickly go in here and let's quickly take a drawing. And let's say, for example, if I have a stack, this is basically known as stack, and let's say I create a heap memory. I create a just a second. Okay, and this is our heap. I hope everything is visible to you. If the font's too small. So basically what primitive data types, what they do is, let us say, for example, if I in my program write let a is equals to 10. So basically so this will be created inside the stack memory with, let's say, a is equals to 10. Okay, if I let's say let b is equals to a, so another variable would be created inside it and with b is equals to a, which is 10. Okay, now if I try to let's say if I say if a is equals to 20, now I'll just print, for example, a. So what should be the output? What should be the output of the same? So the output will come as expected, that not a, but I want to print b. So since b is equals to a and b hasn't changed at all, and this has been updated, so what the system will return, the system will simply return the value of b, which is equals to a, which is at this point before declaring was 10. Very simple. Now in the case of array, this is completely different. This does not happen. Now let us say if I create an array, for example, now let us say if I create an array inside the memory, for example, so just let me push it over here. Okay, so basically what will happen is, let's say creating an array, I'll just enter the Zen mode for just for a moment. Yeah, so if I let's say let arr is equals to something 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 something. Okay, so basically what it will do is, inside the stack, it will create a variable of the name arr, and inside that arr will store the address. What do I mean by that? So what do I mean by address? So basically, let us say, for example, if the as soon as I do this, the entire data inside the array will be stored in a separate location in a memory, which is known as heap. And this heap address, for example, this memory location which is allocated to this array will have an address of, let us say, for example, and 4040. So basically what it will do is, it will just 40, this array arr variable would hold the address and 4040 and it will reference this variable would reference this. So basically if we lose this variable, this space in the memory is not accessible directly. That is done for security purpose. That is done for security purpose, but then again, this memory space will not be is not be accessible if we lose this variable. So basically this variable stores not the data but the address of the data where it is stored. As simple as that. Now if I simply just say let brr is equals to arr, then what will happen? So another variable would be created with the name of brr and since it is equals to arr, what is an arr in the variable? It is the address. It stores the address of the array. So what it will contain is the address of the array, and once again it contains the address of the location where the data is stored. It will also start referencing towards the space in the memory location. Now any change which I make, for example, if I let us say, for example, let's say I have data and now inside this data I added 10, for example. Any change in this data will also reflect into this data as well. For example, this array had this data. So basically now I added 10 over here through a. Now if I try to print brr, for example, if I try to print brr, now we saw that in this case, for example, in this case what happened was, a and b were completely independent and were not, because they had separate memory spaces and they were dealing with them like incognitively. So which means that any changes in a and any changes b are completely irrespective. They are just storing the variable. They are not referencing to each other, or because they have different spaces allocated inside the memory. But here brr and arr stores the same memory address for the same. So brr and arr stores the address of that location if the address is same. For example, let us say there are two people. Okay, I'll just quickly give you a very simple example. I'll exit the Zen mode. I'll go to the library. Let us say, for example, this is you. Okay, this is you, for example. This is a very good example. And let us say, for example, this is your house. So your house, and this is you. Okay, now let us say if I am there. Okay, if let us say for example this is me. Okay, now I have your address. I have to reach out to your house, for example. Okay, this is me. Okay, this is me. Now I have the address of your house, that how I'll be reaching the house. So basically I'll reach the house inside your home. For example, this is you. You. Okay, here. So too much. I'm doing a little bit too much, but then again. Okay, so now let us say for example, I let's say you did some crime. Okay, you did some crime. Okay, just taking of any example, and this is police as well. Okay, and now police also has the address of your home. Okay, which is basically the same. Or let us say for example, the police came to me that you are his friend, give me the address of the home. Okay, which is basically let's say for example, I have the address of your house, and what did police do is let police ask me for the address of your home. Okay, now let us say meanwhile you and your let's say I was taking an example of parents, but I'll take your girlfriend for example. You have a GF at your home as well. Okay. Okay, so now the police has your address as well. Meanwhile I had the address and you brought another person in your home. Now the police is also reaching at your home. Okay, similar to this I added 10 to the variable over here. So now since we have the same address of where you are staying, I will also see that change, that you have brought someone else in your home, and same by same the police will also see that you have brought someone else in your home. It doesn't matter that so basically this is just one location we are referencing to with your with your address. Okay, this is the same memory location which we are trying to find. And the changes that you do, because your address is the same, your house is the same, if we look at your house, the number of changes which you will do will be reflected to everyone, me, your police, me, the police, or the neighbor. I hope with this example everything is clear. It was a very dumb example, but then why not? Okay, so this is just primitive versus reference variable. Now I have to so basically now let's move on to the YouTube video which we were referencing of Mr. Harshit or Harsh. I don't know the exact name, but let's HAR JavaScript Mastery Part 1. Okay, yeah, Mr. Harshit. Inside the video also, like, we'll give credit to the main video as well. Let's give him the credit right away, so that there is no copyright issue. Edit. Okay, video reference in this live okay, so this is the video reference. Now also we'll give him his channel reference as well. Okay, video reference in this live. Please check out his channel as well. Is for purpose only. Please don't raise a copy. Please contact before if any problem, if any issue. Okay, very simple. Perfect. Let's minimize this and let's move on to the video. Just before that,
उसके बाद हमने
let me check if the audio of my desktop is like working or not. हेलो। हाँ, एकदम बढ़िया।